Google Chrome is a web browser that allows you to access the internet. While it can be used for Google searches or Googling something, it has many additional features as well. When you first open Google Chrome, a new window will open. And if you look at the top of the screen, you can see what web page you're on by looking at this tab. It's called a tab because it looks like a file folder tab. If you want to open additional tabs, you just click this button to the right-hand side. You can actually visit several websites or applications within the same window. If you want to move your tabs around, just click on them and drag them to another area, and you can order the tabs the way you want. If you're done with a tab, you can close it by clicking the little X. That way, you only close the tab you're no longer using instead of the entire window. If you accidentally close a tab that you were still using, you can easily find it again by typing Control-Shift-T or Command-Shift-T on your computer. You can also right-click on a tab that's still open and choose Reopen Closed Tab. It brings it back for you. If you're working on a project or you use a website regularly that you'd like to just have available at ease, you can actually pin it to your Chrome browser. To do that, right-click on the tab that you're wanting to pin and choose Pin Tab. And it makes it a smaller tab and moves it to the far left. The nice thing about this is if I close Google right now and I reopen it, that Pin tab will still be there. It doesn't follow my Google account, but it will stay on that computer. When I no longer need that website, just right-click on it and click Unpin tab, and then I can close it just like I would any other tab. Just like a regular internet browser, Google Chrome has these back, forward, and refresh buttons, and it also has this home button. The home button, it takes you to your home page, and you can turn this on or off and also decide what your home page is by going to your Google Chrome settings. Next to the home button is this guy, often referred to as address bar. But in Google Chrome, it's a little more. We call it the Omnibox because not only can you put an address in here and go to a web page, you can search directly here instead of going to google.com to search. And you can also use it to do neat little tricks like easy math problems, 42 times 8, 336. Quick conversions, 100 degrees Fahrenheit, there's my Celsius, and a quick currency converter. So for example, $1 equals how many euros? 0.87. At the far right of the Omnibox, you'll see a star. You can use this star to easily bookmark the page that you're on. You can rename it and even organize it within folders. Or if you no longer want this page bookmarked, you can remove it as well. To the right of the Omnibox are small icons referred to as extensions. These icons, or extensions, are used to do things that you normally can't do in the web browser. For example, I can share something to my Google Classroom just by clicking this button and not actually going to Google Classroom webpage. To the right of the extensions are these three little dots. Anytime you see 3 dots or 3 lines stacked like this in Google Chrome, it's most likely a menu of some kind. This particular menu takes you to basic things you can do in Google Chrome and settings. Below the Omnibox, you'll see your bookmark bar where all your bookmarks are stored. On some pages, for example, google.com, you'll see a little 3x3 grid referred to as a waffle because it looks like a little waffle. When you click on it, you'll have access to applications that you use like Gmail, Google Drive, Classroom, etc. To the right of that waffle, you'll see a little circle and it'll either have an initial or an image. This gives you access to your Google account. It also allows you to add an account or even sign out. And a quick tip, if a student is having problems accessing their Google Classroom or a form that is restricted to your district, you can quickly check to see if they're accidentally signed into a personal email at the same time. That can cause problems, and by removing the additional account, it should fix any issues. Have you ever visited a website, or better yet, a sheet, and were looking for something but find it difficult to find it? One of the things that you can do is once it's open, you can type Control F or Command F on a Mac, and you can see right here I have this little box that pops up, and you can type in a word that you're looking for. So maybe I want to find some things about Brazil. You'll notice that it not only highlights the area that Brazil is located, but it also will show me how many times it found the word Brazil in that document or page. By using these little arrows to the right, I can easily click through to the places that have that word within the document or website. Another quick tip is how to easily zoom in or out on a website. The easiest way is to type Control and the plus sign, or Command and plus sign if you're on a Mac, to zoom in, and then Control minus sign or Command minus sign to zoom out. And one of the things I like is using Control 0 or Command 0 to reset to the default. So if I zoomed in really close and I just want to go back to what it was, Control 0, and there I am. A nice little trick about this, sometimes students accidentally zoom in too far or out too far, and it makes it look like the website's not working. By quickly typing Control 0 or Command 0, it sets it back to the default, and that can fix that little issue. One last tip is more of a fun tip. Do you know that pesky little dinosaur that shows up when you don't have access to the internet? It's actually a game. If you tap the space bar, it starts the game, and then you can keep tapping the space bar to get the dinosaur to jump over any obstacles in his way. This might not help with your productivity or efficiency, but it might cheer you up just a little bit when your internet isn't working.